bless everything. And so, the same regards would go in for those that obviously enjoy doing it today, would possibly still enjoy doing that. At the same sense, there's a point where throwing all those individuals in jail, that's everything, because we see that they harmed us or created this whole system under whatever regards that they did it as, would be silly. That would be the easy way out. That would be it, like essentially them committing suicide in a sense. And so I believe that as their punishment, they would have to work with every single person to be able to, I guess not punishment, as a way of doing good, making up for their repercussions or whatnot, dealing with their choices and what they chose, the repercussions or whatnot, in the way of they would essentially be the map or the way to be able to understand how to bring it from this point to bring it to this point. So essentially they, and as everybody, would be that of shaping and evolving that one thing. Because there's a point where unless you're fully ready to destroy something and recreate something else from it, you can't necessarily destroy it. You have to evolve it. Because, as we know, energy doesn't die. It keeps going on forever and ever. And so, like I just said, unless you're willing to destroy it, take the same thing you destroyed and rebuild it in another way, you have to evolve it. I believe that exact plan would be perfect. Because, well, now you would be able to say, you can't just do nothing. You gotta do something. Like those people in welfare or those kind of programs where potentially they don't do anything except for work on their mental states, and which is a great thing to do. It's a necessary thing to do, because then you can actually, because the only way to change the world is to change yourself. So potentially if you greet everybody with a smile, you're promoting that, you're networking that idea of life, and more will see how pleasant that is and start mimicking that and start doing that, and then it will become naturally, in a sense, and it will just become the standard. So those that, there's a point where you're blind. I'm sure those that are, I'm not sure, this is just something I'm thinking about now, I'm sure some blind people have jobs. Like some do. I know some do, because some, there's like teaching others how to read Braille when you're blind, to teach somebody else how to read it. No matter if you're not blind or you're blind, you're still going to learn. So potentially, or whatnot, just they will potentially be able to do that kind of stuff. Those that are per se overweight, in a sense, or have weight, or are weighted, like, are now can participate more and be able to contribute with their understanding, their ideas and stuff like that. Now this might be my willingness to understand and build a society of human rights, not race rights. Because right now, that's what we have. We have a society that is based around doing it because you are going to get something out of it, shaped around that of race rights, which doesn't make it right. The confusing thing and psychologically twists it around so that it kind of makes it seem like it's right, or more willing to seem that it's like it's right from the standpoint of, well, you do it because you don't want to go to jail, which is ridiculous upon itself. You know, there's a point where at the same time, personally and publicly are two different things. They're separate. And the only reason they come together is because you yourself go from personal to public. I can understand the retrospect of you publicly hurt somebody because of what you personally did, such as drinking, and you went on the road. Okay, it's just drinking when you're in your personal space should not be ever looked down upon, judged in any single way, unless they absolutely are asking for assistance, or you love them and you think that you should interject in their life because of what you feel, because you feel that you can't live without them. So emotionally, you're putting all this constraint onto them, which might be one of the reasons why they are stressing out in the first place, because they don't know how to necessarily deal with them their emotions, because they never got taught to. And in our society, it's not okay, in a sense, to do that, to show your emotions, to show you are not a robot. Overall, though, I am going to step forward with my life. And if that means that there are moments where I have to work 4 times, 5 times harder to be able to say calmly,